just the back and forth momentum swap. There's a big rock. Here comes Romero. But a pull counter.
There we go. We have a champion, ladies and gentlemen.
We are a couple of days removed from Khamzat Chimaev breaking the jaw of Robert Whitaker in round 1. After showcasing some brilliant top control, and I'll be the first one to admit I was not expecting Khamzat Chimaev to submit Robert Whitaker in 1. We've seen Robert Whitaker defeat giants in the sport. We've seen him fend off the likes of Yoel Romero's takedowns. Of course, I think at this point we're pretty aware that Yoel Romero and Khamzat Chimaev have a completely different approach to their game, right? We're very aware of this. Ooh, a little bit of lag. Oh. Well. But Khamzat Chimaev, I think he's going to be the next champion at middleweight. I think it's going to be a matter of time. I mean, Dricus du Plessis has proven us wrong time and time again with regards to certain matchups. I definitely, if anything, you know, if they're not going to book Khamzat Chimaev versus Dricus du Plessis for some reason, what better sense than to book Khamzat Chimaev and Sean Strickland? I think that's a perfect thing to book. But quite frankly, I think Chimaev just deserves it over Strickland. He went and submitted Robert Whitaker in round 1. Robert Whitaker's, I think his previous win was, I know, Ikram Alaskara. Before that, he defeated the likes of Paulo Costa and, you know, added to his losing streak. Then Sean Strickland defeats Paulo Costa in a 5-rounder, and a very lackluster 5-rounder. For the most part of it being due to Paulo Costa's own odd inactivity. But Chimaev then goes and beats the guy that beat Paulo Costa in a much more exciting fight. So I think if it's going to be that much of a hassle to decide who fights who's going to be fighting the champion, it's very clear just book Chimaev versus Strickland. If it's not going to happen, then give it to fucking Chimaev. Just give it to Chimaev. And it was a good thing, too, that... Oh, nice. That, damn, man. Like, I was rewatching that performance between Khamzat Chimaev and, oh, shit, and Robert Whitaker. And just the absolute just brutality of it. Of that jaw crank. Just something to be beholden. But Dricus du Plessis, if there's anything we know about him, his durability, his cardio, fuck what anybody says about how aesthetic some of his things don't really look. He gets the job done, and he's proven it time and time again. So I'd love to see Chimaev versus Dricus du Plessis. I do think that the later rounds are gonna favor Dricus du Plessis. We've seen his body of work in the later rounds, and it gives me much reason. Ooh, pancakes me. To believe that, you know, his advantage is going to be there. But those early rounds where Chimaev is super dangerous, especially if he gets to the back of Dricus du Plessis. And I believe Robert Whitaker took down Dricus du Plessis as well. So I know people get better in between fights. And I just really want to see that matchup. Overall, that card, obviously a lot of us wanted to see Max Holloway win. Didn't end up happening. But the overall card was really good. Had a bunch of undefeated talent. We will make a video on Shadow Bullet as well, because he came away with a crazy double backfist victory. I don't know if I'm going to be able to replicate that on this game. Maybe just getting a regular back fist will work. But Chimaev, man, he just impresses every single time he goes out there, bro. Speaking of being impressed, I guess this guy was overly impressed with my takedown defense. As for the rest of the division, I know former champion Israel Mubalaji Tamitaya Odonalu Afemi Owolabi Adesanya will be taking on, I believe, Nasruddin Imavov, which would be like the first time that we've seen Israel Adesanya not take on, be in a championship bout. And I don't think we'll see Israel Adesanya versus Khamzat Chimaev anytime soon. And honestly, after watching what he did to Robert Whitaker, I don't want to see that fight. I know I'm an Israel Adesanya fan, so I don't want to see that. Don't need to see him getting choked out again. But it would make for a good fight. And I'm all for it, so. Go chain a couple takedowns. Now, my biggest issue, you know, we see these performances from grapplers like Islam Makhachev. We see performances from Khamzat Chimaev. You see how much my stamina just got cooked right now shooting for one takedown? That's just, off of one takedown, that's just not going to happen. And we see that this game loves to favor strikers. Now, we have more finish-the-fight capabilities in grappling. Saw with Chimaev and Whitaker. You got that one rear naked choke, couple of those attempts, and he was able to get it done. So grapplers are always going to have that over strikers, but it's all about the entry. And the entry into getting into grappling, I feel as if, and you guys can tell me if you guys feel the same way, a lot of the better entries that make more sense realistically, they're a lot harder to do, whereas the quote-unquote cheesier entries, as some people would like to say, are hard to get. But come on, brother, that was a turn double you could have denied. You ain't got to rage quit. So overall, it's gonna be great to see how middleweight turns out. I do like that there's new life in the weight class. Things are changing and for the better. Shout out bullets. Kickboxer. I have not used you yet. Woo. Hold on. Oh, wow. You know, I was just talking about things of this nature, where things for grapplers tend to get a little bit, you know, they're hard to do. Much like things like this, right? Yeah. You know, he had a massive short-term stamina disadvantage. And it screws up the entry. Things of that nature just kind of ruin it for me. There we go. And this time we're able to get it. I mean, if you're on one leg, you're overthrowing a shot. It's just harder. It's just harder to stop a takedown. And we see it time and time again in MMA. Oh, you went straight for it, brother. You out your damn mind. You went straight for it. You didn't even go for the fake. You went straight for it. Shout out Bootin. Oh, you went straight for it again. Oh, man. A lot of people say you can't finish a Kimura in game. You definitely can. Especially with having a massive long-term stamina. Man. Chimaev is fucking. I love the variety. We had Dricus Duplessis, Israel Adesanya, Shout out Bullet, and now Sean Strickland. You remember when this game dropped? And Sean Strickland was like the main pick that everybody was choosing. Especially with the way how the stamina was in the game. Pepperidge Farm remembers. I'll keep the pressure alive, don't old Sean. Let's see. Generally, I like to be active with the grappling. And there's ways to kind of sap away your opponent's stamina here. These body knees do a good amount of work. Now is obviously a super difficult position to find yourself in an MMA fight. So we're going to obviously hunt for that. And the best part about it is, honestly, you know what, I say it on my streams all the time. So whenever you guys are in a dominant position in game and your opponent is transitioning out, depending on how dominant the position is, it does affect that how much short-term stamina gets used there in that position. And I go a little bit more depth with my members. Oh my gosh. He let me get off so many strikes there. But just keep in mind, where you put your opponents is super important. Right here, let's see. Like, that got a lot of stamina and barely any damage. So, I guess the one thing I can say is that when I end up using grapplers after they have a really fantastic win, you can see where EA fell short with certain aspects of stamina or how it works grappling-wise. All right. A little crucifix. It'd be crazy if he goes and finishes Sean Strickland in one. Or Dricus du Plessis for the matter. But again, no. The process of working with EA and trying to get them to do the right things, especially we've seen time and time again, like fighters just doing the things that we tell them this is what should be done. That's what we kind of gotta look for that, right? Let's see. I wonder if we can one-shot him. It depends if he goes for a fake or not. Oh, okay, he's inputting it. We're not gonna be able to one-shot him now. I think he's waiting to race. Should go mount. Yep, that's what he was waiting for. Okay, we'll just maintain position for now. Sean Strickland does a good job surviving. Not enough time to go for the arm triangle, but we can score with this. All right, we'll take the score. All right, there we go. Not too much damage done. I'm going to strike a little bit. This will probably be the last one. I'm going to strike a little bit. Keep it simple. 1, 2. Nice body jab from Strickland. Nice. Nice variety. Oh, slipping hook bastard. Okay. Oh, you did that. I hate this in morning position so much. Boy, you don't cut that shit out. Nope. Let's see. See, the thing about Khamzat Chimaev, like, he wouldn't do this. The only time you see him really, like, stand and trade was with Gilbert Burns. And I think that was just more so because they were concerned about Gilbert Burns' jiu-jitsu, especially when he was fighting at welterweight. But one thing about Khamzat Chimaev is that he knows where he needs to take the fight, and he's not going to make the mistake that I did, waiting too long to do so. Which is going to be my approach for my next fight. See, slip hooks again. There we go. He's probably going to do the same thing. Ah, say by the shoulder. Block counter that. Take him by the fence. There we go. Okay. And now we wait. Oh, what the fuck? I swear I denied that shit. Oh, hell no. Uh-oh. Spear him. Nice denial from Mr. Strickland. Oh, I'll say Mr. Chimaev. So weird that he's striking with that hand that's holding out my posture. Let's get some ground and pound. Good job, Mr. Strickland. Beautiful thing that Chimaev also has both sub counters, Darce counter and the Kimura counter. So keep that in mind. Not today. Nice, well done. We're gonna finish him in round 3. You know what? I'll tell you guys this much. The reversals are one thing, but I will say that we do see it very often that once somebody starts to open up when they're striking from certain positions, it does cause more movement. It gives the person space to move, especially when they're posturing up and going. So, I ain't necessarily a fan of the reversal, but yeah, we'll take that. Let's push for the back. He's going for this body jab. It's not really doing much. I'm gonna catch and return there. Okay. See what you're cooking with. He's just not seeing the crossover. Okay, then never mind. He is. There we go. He's hurt. Ooh, shit. He's just not opening much at all. There we go. There it is. Beautiful double. Oh, by all means. There we go. All right, got ourselves the round 3 finish. Sneaky uppercuts, got him by the fence. Yeah, let me know in the comment section what y'all feel about Chimaev. Do you guys think he's going to be the next middleweight champion? I think he has a very, very strong chance of doing so. I think I'm not going to be surprised. I'll be surprised if he gets him out of there early. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets it done like in a war. But I think I'd probably favor more Dricus. I just don't think it'd be an easy fight against Dricus du Plessis. Either way, that fight is surely going to be a banger. If they're not going to do that fight, then they got to book him against Strickland just so we don't have to hear it, you know? But Master 17, I appreciate y'all. Much love. Take care and have a wonderful week. I'm out of here.